Hi students, hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about a calculation technique that I use and I call this as simplify before you multiply. To give you a background, this technique was taught to me by my principal and mathematics teacher. Her name is Maya Rani Paul and I'm very grateful to her. I've used this technique in so many of my competitive exams and many exams, and I've always got things right. So when we are multiplying two fractions like these that you're seeing on the screen, sometimes what students do, they start multiplying the 24 and 18 and then 16 and 72, and then they try to simplify the fraction. They do the multiplication first and then the simplification, but that's going to make calculation very difficult. So that's why we are going to simplify first before we multiply. Now, how do we do the simplification? For this, first thing is you have to take a pair of numbers from this. In the pair of numbers, one must be a numerator and the other must be a denominator. Like, for example, you could take this one, 24 and 16, that's a pair you could take. Or you could take 24 and 72, that's a pair again. Or you could take a 18 and the 16, that's a pair. One numerator 18 and 16 is a denominator. And you could take the 18 and the 72, that's also a pair. But can I take 24 over 18? That's not possible. That's not right because both are numerators. Both are the numbers on the top. So that would be wrong. That's the first thing. Then when I'm noticing this 24 and 72, I'm seeing some similarity because I'm going to take a table which I want to use. The maximum table that I know is 12, beyond which I actually have to calculate. Okay, I don't know after the table of 12. So when I'm seeing the 24 and 72, I'm seeing that both do come in the table of 12. So when I'm going to use that table, 24 comes two times 12, okay, and 72 is 6 times 12. Understand one thing, for both 24 and 72, I use the same table, 12 twos are and 12 six are. That's very important. You cannot use 12 for the top one and some other 8 for some bottom one. Both the numbers have to come in the same table, right? That is what you have to do. Next, I would take I would take the 18 and the 16. Okay, 18 and 16 do come in the table of maximum is 2, right? So 2 nines is 18 and 2 eights is 6. So now we are left with what is happening, 2 over 8 times 9 over 6. Actually, I will not even write the second time. I would actually continue to do the things. Very important to write the numbers on the top. Like, for example, you cannot write the 2 when you're cancelling, you cannot write the 2 here. You're cancelling the 24, you cannot write the 2 here. You'll confuse yourself. When you're cancelling a numerator, write the number on the top. When you're cancelling a denominator, write the number on the bottom so that you are clear about what numbers are retained on the top, what numbers are retained in the bottom. Sometimes when you write 9 here like this, you might get confused whether this is a numerator or a denominator. Whenever I'm cancelling a numerator, I write the number on the top. When I'm cancelling the denominator, I write the number the bottom, like the 6 in the bottom. So now I'm left with this. I could do this in many different ways. I could pair the 2 and 8, or I could pair the 2 and 6. Any way I can do. Now I'm going to pair 2 and the 8. So in the table of 2, 2 times 1, 2 times 4. Now the 9 and the 6 I'm going to pair because both come in the table of 3. 3 times 3, 3 times 2. Now if you see, previously I paired the crossed 24 and 72, the crossway. But here I am pairing the top and the bottom right there. However, the only criteria is you have to take a number from the numerator, you take a number from the denominator, pair it, use the same table and reduce it. Now what has happened? Everything is simplified. Now everything is small numbers. What is left on the top is 1 and the 3. So I'm going to multiply 1 into 3 is 3. And the bottom 4 into 2 is going to be 8. So this is the simplest form of the answer for this multiplication. Let's take one more example and show you. Now, what if you have a multiplication like this? One fraction, one whole number. Now, can we use simplify before you multiply method for this? Of course you can. But some students get confused whether this 500 is a numerator or a denominator. Sometimes they start cancelling the 500 with the 24. Understand that every whole number is a fraction with a denominator 1. You can visualize this or actually write it also. Okay, now can I pair 24 and 100? Yes, I can do. Can I pair 100 and 500? Yes, I can do that way also. Now, we are trying to do simplifying. Of course, if you choose the 24 and 100, you're going to get 12 and say, okay, first you're going to use, let's say, the table of 4. Table of 4 means 4 times 6 and 4 times 25. Of course, this is correct. It's not wrong. Later on, the 6 and the 25, you can't do anything about it. So you will have to pair the 25 and the 500. Okay, and you'll have to do. But the problem is, instead of simplifying, you're complicating the calculation. Understand, you have to choose it in a way that will make your life easy. So instead of choosing the 24 and 100, if I choose the pair of 500 and 100, remember, as I told you, when you have to choose, one number has to be a numerator, one number has to be a denominator. We have chosen the 500 and 100. What happens? It becomes easy for us. We know that in the 100 table, 100 times 1, 100 5s are. So it becomes so easy, so simple instead of doing the 24 and 100. Now we are only left with 24 into 5 and in the bottom just 1 into 1, which makes it easy, right? And we know that this is going to be 120, which makes it very, very simple. Correct? I hope this helps you.